Stuart from Lewisham, do you want to ask your question?
Oh, good morning, Mr. Clegg.
Morning.
It's about the Daily Mail's attack on Ed Miliband's father.
Yeah.
Don't you think it's rather hypocritical for Ed Miliband to protest so much when he himself regularly smears David Cameron's parentage and upbringing?
I have to say, my honest reaction was that when I heard the Daily Mail accusing someone of saying that they didn't like Britain, I'm not a regular reader of this newspaper, but every time I do open it, it just seems to be overflowing with bile about modern Britain. They don't like working mothers, they don't like the BBC, they don't like members of the royal family, they don't like teachers, they don't like the English football team. I mean, the list goes on. So talk about, kettles and pots and calling each other. I mean, I think it was quite understandable why Ed Miliband should react like that. Because, clearly what was saying about his dad was just sort of out of order. The Daily Mail's free to print what it likes. People like me are perfectly free to say that what they say is wrong. And it seems to me that if anyone sort of excels in denigrating and often vilifying a lot about modern Britain, it's the Daily Mail.
The case for the defence, briefly, and Stuart, I'll bring you in just... The case for the defence, Deputy Prime Minister, is, of course... Mr Miliband, in his last two leaders' speeches, has sought to tell us a little bit about his how his father got here, and has used his father as a role model, as all our dads are, living or dead, hopefully, particularly for young blokes. So we've heard that. And he has mentioned his father. So, in a way, he has unbolted the door into what his dad meant, Mr. Clegg.
Don't get me wrong, and look, you speak to Ed Miliband about this, but my view...
I'd love to.
But my view is that if you... of course, if you're in politics in public life, you expect a level of scrutiny and, frankly, a bit of knockabout stuff and some, I see this all the time, criticisms and things that are said about me which are just totally untrue. And most of the time, you just don't bother to react. Life's too short. I just think clearly he felt that this just crossed a bit of a line because it was saying that he hated the country for which he fought. And every person needs to take their own personal judgment. He clearly felt that had gone way beyond what was acceptable. There's robust, sometimes even unfair and even misleading criticism, and then there's kind of vilification of people, which is clearly what Ed Miliband felt about his dad, without really a true basis in fact. As it happens, I think Ralph Miliband, given he was a very well-known academic, there's no secret about his views. So look, but you speak to Ed Miliband. I don't find it surprising that he. A quick
response from Stuart, a wrapping up point from you, Stuart in Lewisham. Back to you, sir.
Well, as I understand it, the Daily Mail article was based on actual fact, whereas when Ed Miliband goes on about David Cameron's hating the poor and sucking up to the rich, he's smearing Cameron's parentage.
I think, Stuart, to be honest, there's a slight difference between politicians tearing strips off each other and knocking the sort of seven bells out of each other in debate, and people saying things about your dead parents, which he strongly feels is a lie. So I think there is a bit of a difference, to be honest, Stuart.
And just lastly on that, it's all based on a remark that Miliband Senior made when he was 17, in which he expressed a hope that he didn't actually want to come about, but it was one of those things that perhaps we all say when we're younger. Stuart, thank you.